in the national media. All the national media wants to talk about is inflation. But they don't want to talk about why it's happening. You have to look at local Texas media, Houston, El Paso, Laredo. Laredo's the largest land port in this country, and they've got it backed up so damn far you can't even see the end of the damn line. These are the sorriest in the world. Republicans are traitors. They don't give a who they hurt, who they just so long as they can get some power. I'm telling you, people, vote blue in every election.
Yeah.
TikTok Paul. Oh, yes, right there. He wins today's Eric Bollert Award. It's Eric Bollert with F-bombs. Oh, Frangela, right? What?
Yeah, Greg Abbott has got everything backed up. Yeah. And making sure that, we don't get the goods that we need so that, prices go up. And that's what they want. They want to hurt. They want to see us hurt. They want to, by hurting Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And to hurt all of America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. By the way, Libby tweets, Chris, you made my day with your Judas reference.
Oh, good. Yay.
You said today, Good Friday is...
Judas is the reason for the season.
Okay. And then other people hate you for that, I assume?
One lady said that I am the reason why there aren't more Christians in the Democratic Party.
Well, no lie detected. I mean, Judas is the...
Did you make Judas betray Jesus?
I did. I just pointed out a fact. That's all I did.
Okay,
I just am mad that Chris has this power and he hasn't used it to give us the leadership we want.
Right? I'm slacking off over here.
Okay.
What is going on with that?
Angela, are all Republicans awful, or is it just everyone awful happens to be a Republican? A Tennessee Republican told fellow legislators that you have got to hand it to Adolf Hitler for overcoming homelessness.
Oh, God.
What? We talked about it on the podcast.
Yes,
Senator Frank Nicely, not kidding, recently said he'd vote for Donald Trump as long as he lives. Said, I wanted to give you a little history on homelessness. In 1910, Hitler decided to live on the streets for a while. So for 2 years, Hitler lived on the streets, practiced his oratory and body language, how to connect, and then went on to lead a life that got him into the history books.
Oh, God.
So a lot of these people, it's not a dead end. They can come out of these homeless camps and have a productive life.
And then to compare that experience to Hitler and use Hitler as a bootstrap example of how you pull yourself up. Who are these people?
Right.
It's such an odd, I don't even know, like to me it actually spins me into like research mode. Somebody needs to open up his head and look for what's going on, because something is wrong in there. Something is something is very wrong.
Right. Okay. For instance, Charlie Kirk now claims there's a direct connection between the country's rising inflation rate and the prominence of trans issues.
Huh?
He said there's a direct... Right, I know. How do we get from Hitler to homelessness?
Right.
Okay, right. He said there's a direct connection to inflation and the trans issue. They're the same in this aspect. When you believe that men can become women, why wouldn't you also believe you could print wealth? If you believe that someone can change their gender, why wouldn't you also believe that money is wealth? I don't. Oh my God. I don't.
I thought it was a supply chain issue, like there weren't enough to go around.
No.
Well, if you believe that Trump won that election, then why wouldn't you say that kind of crazy? Like, I don't even know what.
I don't. What was today? This week's QAnon thing was that the vaccine is
snake venom with satanic DNA.
Yes.
Snake venom with the satanic DNA. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get it.
Okay. Alan, I don't know. Alan in Oregon, you're on with Frangela. Hello, Alan.
Hello, Stephanie. How are you?
Alan, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Stephanie, I just want to tell you something that every time you think of it, it'll make you feel a little bit better about crying. My grandmother, the wisest human I ever met, at times like this, will always tell me that the more we cry, the less we need to pee.
Oh. And I pee a lot because I drink a lot of tea. But okay, thank you, Alan. That was very...
That is an upset.
Okay, so the last 2 weeks...
Alan! Alan! Al! Alan! Alan!
Okay. All right. Did you see I had another Alan sighting on my hike? Right? That was
Yes.
There's beauty.
Yes.
Yeah. In the worst of my last 2 weeks, been 2 of the worst weeks of my life.
Are,
And there's Alan.
are these accidental sightings? They're starting to feel a
Yes,
little.
he hikes where I hike.
Yeah, you're right. They're starting to feel a little stalkery.
He wanders around in his underwear in Griffith Park.
Are
Hey,
they
let me tell
underwear?
you something.
I would wander around in my underwear if I had a body like that all the time. I wouldn't wear anything but my underwear.
You know,
That's right.
Well, who knows
Because-
what you do
and we are
overnights?
all grateful.
Thank
I
you.
was grateful for that picture.
Thank you.
Stephanie.
Thank
It was that's,
Healing.
healing.
It's healing.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's time for a pop quiz. Who is hotter, my hike boyfriend Alan or my bike boyfriend Adrian?
Alan.
Alan.
Oh,
Alan. I'm sorry, Adrian.
Adrian
I
listens,
see you in your underwear.
but it's
I'm
Alan.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now, if
Well, I'm going to
Adrian-
make Adrian bike in his underpants tomorrow.
Yeah, that might
could
change
help.
the.
Yeah.
that could help.
that
By the way,
may-
Adrian
Yeah.
warns me now that I've cycled black, I'm never going to go back. I am now fully in an African American cycling club, and I'm not. They're my favorite. I'm not going back. He's the one that said it.
It's true.
Okay.
They talked about it at last week's meeting.
Is dove.
Oh,
Dove.
oh, Dove. I'm sorry.
Dove, like the bird.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
And I'm going to
Oh.
say something a little bit different. I was watching the old 30 Rock, the old comedy show, and the big boss said that his lawyer's name was Francis Callier.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, was that a shout out to Francis?
Why, yes, it was.
Oh.
All right. All right.
We know all those
Great.
people. They're all
Alright.
from Second City.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not know that. That's a
Yeah,
that,
we,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's a magical
Yeah,
fun
I,
fact.
t- I toured. I was very friends with. We're friends with Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Rachel Dratch.
Right.
All of those people are
Most of the writers.
They're like
Yeah,
they're your
right.
comedy cycling club. I mean, that's
Yeah, they
I'm just
are.
telling you, right?
The reference was that the company only had like one black person in the leadership position, and that was actually true of Second City also. So it was an inside.
Okay.
Inside.
Got it.
An inside joke. Okay. All right. Frangela, I want to get your take on this. We talked about it yesterday. I think it was in the San Francisco Chronicle first about Dianne Feinstein, about Senator Feinstein being no longer fit to serve, claiming her memory has been rapidly deteriorating. I mean, I don't know the reality, but I got to say, this feels a little misogynistic in that there's a lot of senators in their 80s, and Strom Thurmond served till he was 100.
Yeah.
And reportedly had like no faculties left by the time he was, So I don't know. I just
But
know that
he did have slaves still. He did have slaves.
Okay, my point
I'm
is
just saying.
right. So this is, they interviewed Democrats that have interacted with her and all that, and I do think 88 is, her term is up in 24. But, also her husband was dying and then died. And so, like, she released a statement saying the last year has been extremely painful and distracting for me, flying back and forth to visit my dying husband who passed just a few weeks ago. There's no question I'm still serving and delivering for the people of California. I'll put my record up against anyone. And Nancy Pelosi said Senator Feinstein is a workhorse for the people of California, a respected leader among her colleagues in the Senate. I mean, I don't know what you make of it, but it does seem like, how old is Chuck Grassley? 1,000? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems there's a lot of senators up there in their late 80s, and I just wonder what you make of this.
I feel like we make these decisions as voters.
Right.
Like, and that unless we see somebody, like, I don't know, looking directly into an eclipse or cozying up to our enemy or taking, I don't know, 20 to 30 boxes of covert, top secret material out of the White House, or just displaying a profound misunderstanding of what it means to, I don't know, be in public office.
So you're just
Or really
spitballing.
threatened conspiracy theory.
You're just
That's
spitballing.
what I'm
It's completely fictional stuff.
I'm just spitballing
Yeah.
completely. Like, if there was somebody who was exhibiting
Right.
signs of actual mental deterioration
Right.
in a position of authority, then I do think that there comes a time when we have to go get a doctor who, say, didn't ride in on a Klan horse or whatever,
Right.
like a real doctor to do it. But at this point, I mean, I've heard this talk for a while. I haven't seen anything as a person on the outside, as a voter,
Yeah.
that suggests that that she's in any way incapable of serving.
Well,
So it doesn't feel I have no idea where that's coming from outside of some weird, exactly what you're saying.
And it seems like, her term's up in 2 years. I mean, and quite honestly, I think Lawrence O'Donnell talked about this, that pretty much all senators rely very heavily on their staffs. I mean, the fact that, I like you say, Angela, it would seem like she could serve her 2 years in dignity, and she has a great staff as far as we know. And I don't know, but we
got bigger problems.
They put up like the 8 senators that are all like in their late 80s or whatever.
Right. Dude, how old is Cinema? Because to me, if we're going to start focusing attention on people who need to step down, we got Kristen and Manchin.
Yeah. Well, and for me, Dianne Feinstein is not spewing conspiracy theories on the Senate, on the floor. You know what I mean? So before we look at Dianne,
right,
let's look at some other people.